keltische Musik von A bis Z. Schottenradio gehört zu mir.
Fáilte go SchottenTV, sinne Manran agus hasin ar dói goháin a bhí ana heo ar cúteach Basil agus sin na géisiocht hí bicin ciúd agus hasin dóla bhla bicin púft cúteach.
Scotland, how I love you, how much I cannot say. I only know my heart would break if I should go away. These roots of love that bind me cannot be torn apart. Forever, Bonnie Scotland, you'll stay within my heart.
Hello again and welcome to another edition of SchottenTV. I'm Basil Wolfrhine and I have a really nice guest directly from Scotland. Handsome laddies and a really cool Irish guy as well. We talk about the band Manran. How are you doing, guys?
Very well, Basil, very well.
How was the journey so far?
The journey's been great so far, yeah. We've been here for just a little over a week and we've met some wonderful people and some even better people along the way as well. But yeah, it's been great so far.
That's so cool. Well, let's talk about the band history.
The band's kind of origin goes back to June 2010 and we got together, 6 of us then, to make Mànran. It's kind of like Mànran started as a kind of big brother experience in that we got lots of people, musicians that didn't know each other and put them together. You and myself knew each other very well and had played together for years before that. But in terms of the band, most of them hadn't even met each other until we went into the rehearsal room. And yeah, so it's amazing we're still even together. We haven't all killed each other before now.
Okay, let's talk about the name Manran. Why did you name the band Manran?
Well, Manran is a Gaelic word that means a melodious sound or a musical sound, or it can also mean like a love song, or it's used as a metaphor for romantic goings on in a lot of old songs. So we just said we thought it was an appropriate name, and it's a catchy, it's an easier Gaelic name than if we'd called ourselves Bruinjach or something like that. It's easier for people to say.
So Manran, we always thought Manran is a Scottish band, but now you have an Irish guy as well in your band.
Yeah,
let's talk about the problem with the Scottish guys.
There's absolutely no problem. It's just like being in a band in Ireland. It's great. It's just a bit faster and stuff like that, but it's pretty easy. Music's very similar. It's all great. All works pretty hand in hand, and it's nice to play uilleann pipes and bagpipes side by side. It's quite a unique thing, and it's a great opportunity to do that. So
that's so cool.
But definitely no problems. We're all friends in the Celtic world.
So what do you try to transfer to the audience while you are on stage?
I think we just try and transfer energy and how much love we have for the music and the culture and the language, and so when we're performing that we try and portray that to the audience as best we can while also enjoying ourselves, and hopefully they reciprocate and enjoy listening to us.
Well, it works so far.
Well, fingers crossed it continues.
Do you think there's a difference between Germans or a Scottish crowd, or I don't know, the Americans? Do you know there's a difference?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely differences, of course. We're delighted obviously that when we get to travel, people seem to enjoy Scottish music and listening to our music. The German audiences, though, they really, really get into it, far more so than certainly many parts of Scotland do for our own music and culture. But it's one of the reasons that we love coming here, and we get such a great reception. I mean, this whole week, every show has been sold out. On a Tuesday night, if you did a show in Glasgow or Edinburgh, or two major cities, you would struggle to fill venues listening to this kind of music, or certainly listening to us at home than you do over here. People really seem to, they love it, they gravitate towards it, and we're grateful and thankful for that.
Why do you think Irish folk or Scottish folk or anyway folk music is such successful worldwide?
I think for a lot of it, like the shows are quite lively, and people identify with our cultures quite well, and music's easy to follow. Like the songs are great, people enjoy that, and it's always a good time. You never go and have a terrible time or anything like that. So I think it's like the good party vibe that comes from the countries and transcends through the music. I think that's why people identify with it. And plus, all of us just moved everywhere abroad, so everyone identifying with that is a thing as well. So,
how important is the Scottish heritage for you?
Oh, it's personally and as the band, it's very, very important to us. It underpins everything we do as a band. That's from a kind of marketing point of view, that is our unique selling point. If we don't have that, we're just another band trying to make it. But everything we do is influenced by, and it's like a flavour. It's like that's our dominant kind of flavour that comes through our music, and it's really important to us.
Manran, do you try to be as traditional as you can, or do you try to be a rock band? How do you see yourself?
We try to let the music guide it. When we're arranging new music, we don't set out going, right, let's make this one really traditional or make this one really rocky. But we find that if you've got a genuine love and respect for the tradition, then you can do anything you like with it. If you don't have that love and respect for it in the first place, then it's harder to play around with it because you don't really know it properly. But if you've got a real connection with it, then that gives you more freedom to go rocky or to go funk or jazz or whatever. So we tend just to try and let the music find its own path, but we don't feel constricted by any rules because we've got this genuine connection with the tradition.
Yeah, I see. So how important is the Gaelic language for you?
Again, personally, very important, and like the tradition for the band, it's really important for us because we're not the only band doing stuff with Gaelic, but we're one of the few bands doing this kind of music with Gaelic music these days. We're obviously not the first, and we're just kind of carrying on in a long line of people doing great stuff with it. But we're really lucky to have it. Like A, it's a beautiful language, but B, it's also got this incredible store of music and culture to go along with it. So that's a fantastic pool to be able to dive into. That if we didn't have the language, we would be poorer without it.
And anyway, it's worth to keep the language alive,
Yeah, that's right, and that's we don't. In the early days, certainly, we didn't set out to go right. We're doing this to save Gaelic or whatever. But as it goes on, and you see the good that you do with it, and kind of in bringing it to new audiences and raising its profile. Like last night at the gig we did in Montebar, a woman came up speaking. A German lady came up speaking pretty good Gaelic. She learns.
It's very popular in Germany.
Yeah, she learns in Bonn. There's a really good group of learners in Bonn. So that's cool. So if we help in any way towards that, then that's a good thing.
Yeah. Gary, we all know you as an accordion player since ages. Probably
For a while.
for a while. Yeah.
He was the first. Introduced the accordion to Scotland.
How is it to be an accordion player in I would say rock folk band?
Well, as you know and probably agree, Basil, the accordion is the best instrument out there.
Of course!
There's no other instrument that'll touch the piano accordion. But yeah, I mean, to be part of Manran and to play the instrument that I grew up playing and loving. My dad played the accordion a little bit, and because of that, that was really where my love started with the instrument. But to be able to do that as a job and tour the world with these lads and have a blast, I mean, it's people say, oh, you're living the dream. No, it's not everybody's dream, of course not, but it's certainly the dream that I want to live and the life that I want to live.
Exactly.
So that's
a
nice
dream.
Yeah.
And it's not easy because, as you know, the accordion's more associated with like the circus or like a guy with a dancing monkey. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not an easy instrument to try and make cool, but a guy does.
He's really cruel, isn't he?
And it's so nice to be standing beside my dancing monkey tonight as well.
Laddies, you can sort that out in front of the door. Yeah, and anyway, a yarn pipe and the accordion together with all these instruments. Is that not a problem with, I don't know, who is the loudest instrument, you know? And
well, that's kind of why we tour with a sound man. There's a really good blend going on. Like, I guess when we go into the studio, sometimes some of us get lost because they are quite all on the same frequency and stuff like that. But no, it's a good blend, and it does work. And there's a push and pull. There's a good dynamic within the arrangements and stuff like that. That you have your time to shine, and then you come together as a group.
yeah,
So
you play the fiddle, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
So tell me how it is to be a fiddle player in Scotland. What does it mean to be a fiddle? Is that a fiddle, or do you play a violin? You know, what's the difference for you?
Well, there's there's no difference. It's the same
yeah.
instrument. I guess you could say there might be a difference in mindset or your approach to it, but it's really just different words for it. I would tend to call it the fiddle, but I know, I mean, quite often people will say if you play traditional music, you call it the fiddle.
Okay.
If you play classical music, you call it the violin. But I know classical players who call it a fiddle, and I know traditional players who call it a violin. So it's just words. But it's the fiddle. It occupies a different space in Scottish society in different areas.
Yeah.
Like in some places, like up in Shetland, fiddle is top dog. Like, and it's the coolest instrument. That's what everyone plays. Then in other areas, it might be the pipes or even the accordion in other places. But it's
Why did you laugh when you said that?
but
And why did you use the word even?
I think we're just moving this away from this.
so it's a tricky one. It's the fiddle's everywhere. It's kind of like the fiddle's like the instrument that fills in the gaps in between all the other instruments. It's always there.
Well, let's talk about the song Andala. Who wrote this song?
I wrote it. Yeah.
You wrote it. So tell us all the secrets and the ideas you had about this song. Why did you wrote this song, and how does it work as a writer, you know?
Well, I wrote it. It's kind of in the style of an old Gaelic walking song. You know the style. It's like a work song for when they were making tweed.
I know that well.
You know the process of fooling tweed, and they would traditionally be a group of old women around the table and kind of rapping off. And the songs have usually got a kind of chorus that everyone joins in, and then as you go round the table, they would sometimes make up verses, and they would swap bits of local news or bits of gossip and that kind of thing. So I started off just wanting to write a song in that style, but I then ended up, I started writing, the verses were very short, so you just chuck in a wee idea here and an idea there. And at the time, I was just kind of looking at the world round about me and the news at the time, and a lot of the scary stuff that's happening now was just starting to happen when I wrote that. Donald Trump, for example, was trying to get elected president, and we were thinking this will never happen, but he was starting to come out with some of his really vitriolic, evil language. And so Donald Trump's mother is from the Isle of Lewis, and she was a Gaelic speaker. So I thought, if I can write some kind of message to Donald Trump in Gaelic, it might subliminally, something might trip in his head. It might awake some childhood memory. He'll hear his mother's voice telling him to behave or something, and it might just make him a wee bit less of a bucket. You know,
and did he send you a message?
Not yet, but
It's actually done
Donald,
I
was
was going to say it's had the opposite effect. It's just upset him.
So basically, the overall message of the song is just, it's a call for. At the start of it, describes the problems as I see them in the world, and it's a call for unity and love and compassion, and for Donald Trump to stop being a tube.
Well, this is really a cool story. I think we really should watch this fantastic video now here on SchottenTV and just enjoy it. And we will be back in a couple of minutes, so just enjoy it.
Hja maar groene zoelen ook roke willy ga die zilver kroon verbrand roho hiu swijire sletjen jiden fenje roho hoeke willy zo tjernig keutjen waaltjen heen roho hiu Anne kerste sedig lee rohoeke wie touw mount aan de goeden keek roho hiu knows and power no shame rohoeke wie the truth's by any other name roho hiu Stas hikken proes rohoeke wie en tjenge poahen krie voor roho hiu gegaan in hare gewoon rohoeke wie na geest judischen hier in gewoon roho hiu van een legends empty songs Rohoeke wie can hide a life of better wrongs Roho hiu zachte vrienden graan je veun Rohoeke wie vrolijk maasig in je deun Roho hiu
awesome video. Well, let's talk about this video. Andala, what does it mean?
So Andala, it comes from a Gaelic saying, which basically means great change. If you say Hanak and Dalwa, is like that means the 2 days came on someone or came over someone. It means that they've experienced great change. So at the time in the band, we'd undergone some changes. So it was to reflect the changes, but it's also a bit of a play on words, because our very first single was called Wama, which means a good day.
Aye.
And so we thought it was a wee nod to that, just to say Andala. So it's great change, but it's like a step on from Wama.
I see, yeah. Anyway, a good video production, absolutely nice one.
Thank you.
And I really like the song, really. Well, the album was very successful. Why?
Probably because it's great.
The simple answer.
No, I mean it's lovely to hear when people buy your music and listen to your music. Of course it is. We're in a lucky position, I suppose, that over the last 8 years since the band's been going, you know, we have done a lot of travelling, we've done a lot of performing and playing, and so because of that, we've gained a lot of new people who enjoy listening to our music. So when we release something new, it's great to hear that people are engaging with it, buying it and listening to it. And that last seems to be going down very well, and across the world we can see that with our online sales and people that, you know, Ryan does all the merchandise and sending it out, and we can see that it's going all over the world all the time, which is great. So please keep buying.
Very successful. Right now you can find Andala on our Schotten Radio music chart, the single chart, on the top again, you know. Manran. That's cool stuff. Yeah. So when you put all the songs together for an album, is that a teamwork thing? Or?
Yeah, like we come together as 6. Like sometimes we'll meet up beforehand and get the tune sets together, because we're just the tune players, so we'll put the sets together and then bring it to the other guys. But we do the songs pretty much all together, write little licks and little hooks and stuff like that, and just kind of gel it together and see what works. Like, not everything goes through the filter, you know, not everything makes it to the final cut. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's always put to the side, but we get there eventually, and we're always pretty happy by the end.
To put you in the picture with that, recently we're working on the 4th album. We've been in the rehearsal rooms for 10 days, for instance, over kind of a few months, and we've walked out with nothing that we're using. And other times we'll go in and, you know, we'll come up with something really quick that we're all really happy with. So it's not a process that's very quick. You know, we usually methodically think about what we're trying to put out and does it work with the band. And if it doesn't, or if it's not, we're not quite happy, it usually gets left. We've got a Dropbox folder, and we call it the graveyard.
Graveyard.
Because once it usually goes into that folder, it never comes back out.
So what the Andala song was not in this folder, you know, the graveyard folder.
The crucial thing is, if it goes in the graveyard, you have to get it out within 24 hours. So Andala was in, and then we rehearsed the next day, so it lived.
So to come back to this song, when you wrote this song, you wrote the lyrics and the melody as well?
Yeah.
So what does it mean? What can we expect? You come then with the melody and you say you have that to play and you have that to play, or do you bring your own ideas in?
Both. Yeah, sometimes if somebody has a firm idea of how they would like the whole picture to sound, then they can suggest saying, do you want to try this? Do you want to try that? Then other times it's a blank canvas. It goes, I've got this song, I don't know what to do with it, go, you know, and I'll pitch in with ideas.
When I watched the video the very first time, I thought, wow, that's really cool, because so many different melodies are included, you know, and it works so well. That is really good work.
Yeah.
And when you are a fiddle player, so how can you think like a pipe player when you write a song?
You get used to the feel of the band, and you hear the voice of the band in your head, you know. So you can, like, as you're doing something, you go, this would be great for pipes, or this would be great for accordion, or you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So you just get used to. You get comfortable with that sound, and it's like when you get to know people.
Yeah, I see.
But even with that song in particular, I was in the studio doing my parts that were all kind of sussed out and stuff like that, and Gary was listening. He was like, Ryan, there's that there's that break there, and it'd be just great if you just played a few notes. It was like da 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 da, and Gary was just like, I can hear the uilleann pipes there. So we tried it a few times. So things like happen like that, where, you know, it's just like all of a sudden they can hear it somewhere else in the song, and place it in.
So it works well as a teamwork thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing as a band is just about teamwork.
Aye.
I mean, you know, getting to perform on the stage is the best part, of course. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
The other 23 hours of the day, travelling and touring and all the other stuff as well. It's, you know, you have to be a team, or
Yeah,
it just
of course.
doesn't work.
And now a really important question is, where can I buy your music?
Well, I can tell you that.
That's a great question, Basil. Well,
They pressed me to ask that.
So you can buy all our albums and all our t-shirts and hoodies and all that kind of jazz at www.manran.co.uk.
Yeah.
And we're all on all major downloading platforms like iTunes and Bandcamp and things like that.
And of course, when we see you live on stage.
yeah. And if you'd like to buy one just now, actually.
Yeah, just follow the links to the guys to the official website or on Facebook and probably Twitter and all
That's
these
right, yeah.
All platforms.
all platforms, yeah. And then you can find the whole Manran thing. And we should watch another video, you know, of course. To talk about music is good, but to watch a music video is great, you know, or to play a live tune. Later on, we will probably do that. So just watch now the next video. And, well, we will be back very, very soon. And so enjoy it.
Battered and torn, I can see the light. Tattered and worn, I must kneel to fight. Friend of mine, what can't you spare? I know sometimes it gets cold in there. When my legs no longer carry, and the warm wind chills my bones, I reach for Mother Mary, and I shall not walk alone. Is alive, we're apart. Only tears speak from my heart. Break the chains that hold us down, and we shall be forever bound. Weary, in the long, long way from home, I reach for Mother Mary, and I shall not walk alone. That we left behind, how shall we tomorrow find? Set aside our wedding sin, so that we can live again. My legs no longer carry, and the warm wind chills my bones, I reach for Mother Mary.
Welcome back to SchottenTV. Today to our Manran special, and I hope you loved this video as much as I did. In the meanwhile, we have 3 other musicians, members of Manran. How are you doing, guys?
Good, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed a wee bit Basil Wolfrhine so far, yeah?
Amazing. Awesome. It's an experience.
That's cool, that's cool. Well, let's talk about the tour.
The tour's been great so far. We've had quite a few sold out shows, so there's 350 in last night, I think, and 350 on 2 days ago.
Yep.
As well, so it's been really good. Yeah, really, really good.
And of course, German hospitality is the best, the best in the world.
You have to say that. You know. It's
contracted.
It's a contract thing, you know. Well, let's talk about the bass player situation in a folky rock band. How is it?
what bass player? You can't see me. I'm invisible.
So, why do you play bass?
Why do I play bass? Because someone needed me to play bass when I was.
There was a need.
There was a need. It's like, you can play bass. You're tall.
Okay.
So when I was 13, in school, they said, a band was starting, and I went to play guitar, of course, because you get the girls with the guitar.
Yeah.
But no, they need the bass player. Oh, he's playing guitar. You're tall. You can play bass. So I didn't like that at first.
But as a tall guy, you have to do that.
You have to do it. It's like it's a commitment. It's a responsibility you need to embrace.
Yeah.
But then I watched a video of John Entwistle from The Who.
I see.
And I saw the bass guitar being like amazing, and how much can be done, and how cool the bass really is.
And
I
anyway,
changed my
how
mind.
cool it is.
Well, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not many people think about it, but it's what you feel the most in the body, as well as the rhythm side of drums and the punch. So, and that's fine. I prefer to be at the background. They call me in the band. Drums background. That's kind of our titles, and we're happy with that.
Yeah, I see.
So that's very much just I was told to take the role at an early age, but it's one of the best choices I made, I think.
And hopefully, as a drummer, you love him.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
You have to really work together very close. You know?
Yeah.
Deep emotional connection.
Well, let's talk about the drum sound.
Sure.
How important is that for Manran?
The drum sounds.
Yeah, the sound, you know.
Yeah, of course. It brings another level to the sound. Like for the big gigs, you need a lot of punch and get everyone up, standing and jumping around. Yeah, but it's good to walk into a big meaty groove or off. Just give them what they want. When those bagpipes come in,
They really give you what you really want.
They do
Even
want
you have no
that.
clue about that. You really want that. But he's able to deliver.
Yeah.
Always delivers.
I see. So, do you think there's a difference between your drum playing in the studio and live on stage?
Oh, of course. It's a different discipline. Of course, you need to be a lot more, careful in the studio. And more precise. And then and maybe think about your parts more. Every night when I play with Manran, I play differently. There's set parts, but I definitely embellish and mess around. Well, in the studio, obviously, you've got to have your parts and just kind of lock it down a lot more.
Okay, I see. So you have a really cool bass player, and
Yes,
and a hard drummer,
Yeah.
and then
The heartthrob.
and then is this guitar player.
Yes.
We have to cope with that all.
Yeah. That's not hard. It's not hard though.
So, why do you play guitar? I know it's all about the girls, of course. This is a handsome laddie, and he is he's there for all these lovely lassies worldwide. He's the guy to inform if you really. No, I'm kidding, of course. Or probably not, who knows. Guitar player. So do you see yourself as a rhythm guitarist? Or
It's in traditional music and Scottish music, the guitar's really a rhythm instrument more than a lead instrument normally.
Yeah.
So we are more of like a unit, as opposed to if you were doing pop music, you might be the lead instrument, or something like what the pipes are or the fiddle is in this. So definitely a rhythm instrument. Yeah.
But you are a songwriter as well.
Yes, A little bit, yeah.
What song did you wrote on the latest album?
Our latest single, I wrote the song "When You Go."
When You Go,
so
yeah.
It was our first English single.
Let's talk about When You Go, because we should watch the video later.
Okay,
on, you know?
So When You Go, I wrote it in start of 2017, and it's about two people I know who hate each other but love each other at the same time.
Okay.
Essentially, so it's kind of like half the lines are like "I love you," and half the lines are like "I hate you."
You know them?
So yeah, I've never.
Why do you hate me?
I didn't know. I didn't know it was based on actual people.
Yeah, it's based on actual people.
Who is it? Come on.
So
Come on.
I won't reveal.
Can't reveal on air.
Tell me later.
But yeah, so it's about being sort of like conflicted.
So we should watch this video, and yeah, he wrote the song. So hey, just enjoy it, and after the video we'll come back, and then you can blame him. Okay, see ya.
I know that the clouds will break the sky. When you go, your emotion breaks by your sight. When I look in your eyes, it just breaks my heart. When you go, the sun shines through the night. When you go, will you show me how to be my love? When you go, will you show me how to feel my love? I'm an ocean, and you are my sky. When talk turns to devotion, the haze of your mind. When I look in your eyes, it just breaks my heart. When you go, the sun shines through the night. When you go, will you show me how to be my love? When you go, will you show me how to feel my love? When I look in your eyes, it just breaks my heart. When you go, the sun shines through the night. When you go, will you show me how to be my love? When you go, show me how to feel my love. When you go, please show me how to be my love. When you go, please show me how to feel my love.
Welcome back to SchottenTV, and we are still here, and wow, what a lovely song, what a lovely video. Well done, Larry, well done. Really cool stuff. Well, why do you think Celtic music is such successful worldwide?
I think people who are particularly from Celtic places, feel really invested in their own culture. But I don't know, there's just something about the sort of mystical mist of Celtic music that people seem to tap into quite a lot. So it's music of the people really as well, you know. So it's normally the traditional music of certain countries. So I think people enjoy that as well. But I think it's quite accessible.
Yeah.
There's a Celtic mist.
Because obviously there's hundreds of years of heritage in the sound, I suppose, as well, that still transfers from the instrument. Even when you're trying to play modern styles, it's still I suppose we use a lot of ancient instruments as well, or old instruments, and that kind of probably, I guess, spikes the imagination of people from thinking back to hundreds of years ago, as well as now, and seeing it in the flesh. So the combination of like it's still here, but yet there's this kind of mysterious history that we're fascinated about, and then of course it brings the memories or the visions of the mountainous landscapes and Celtic scenery, etc. So I think that's probably, it's a kind of worldwide thing, whether it's a Highland bagpipe, an Ulan pipe, or a fiddle playing. It's just
Do you have plans for the future?
We're writing music just now for a new album that should hopefully come out at the start of, or towards the start of mid of next year maybe. And we're doing a tour of Australia in April next year, and then we'll be doing a sort of tour to launch the album whenever that comes out, sort of halfway through next year. So new album and then tour that new album. So, but we'll be back in Germany for 5 weeks at the end of next year as well, and then we'll be back in 2020 as well. So got a lot of gigs planned and a lot of things in the pipeline. So yeah.
Well, Manran live on stage. It's always a pleasure to see the guys live on stage. And what can I say? We should watch another video, should we?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So watch this video and then we will be back. Just enjoy it. The guys are really awesome.
de pieks, bevier gavianus in de verre gaat de piek, ja verre gaat de tannere, verre gaat de pieks, bevier gavianus in de juweel, verre gaat de willkommen je meer juweel, verre gaat de binnen kan je komen dus juweel, verre gaat de juweel, komen je meer juweel, verre gaat de binnen kan je komen dus verre gaat de gut, verre gaat de puddingje, verre gaat de gut, ik vind gut is je hulletje, verre gaat de gut, ik verre gaat de puddingje, verre gaat de gut, ik vind gut is je hulletje, juweel, verre gaat de willkommen je meer juweel, verre gaat de binnen kan je komen dus juweel, verre gaat de juweel, komen je meer wil, verre gaat de binnen kan je komen dus. Verder gaat de binnen kan je komen dus. Samen dan groen in de koers van de kroker. Alle groen in de groen in de groen. Samen dan groen in de koers van de kroker. Juweel, hittilao, 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 du vill hittilao, rock och roll mig. Hittilao, 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 du vill hittilao, rock och roll mig. Du vill hittilao, 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 du vill hittilao, rock och roll mig.
Well, that was our Manran special with this awesome guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the show as much as I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
And now you have your instruments with you, so we can have a wee tune.
That'd be lovely.
That would be cool. Well, I'm pretty much sure you love the guys as much as I do, so thank you for watching us, and I wish you all the very best. Keep your chin up and enjoy yourself till the next time here on SchottenTV.